So all eyes were at Kolkata since the morning today as the verdict for the much anticipated RG Kar rape and murder case was pending. However, the judge has given his verdict and the quantum of the punishment would be pronounced on Monday. Sanjay Roy, who was the sole accused in the rape and murder of the 31-year-old PGT doctor of RG Kar rape and murder, has been found guilty. I repeat myself, the sole accused, Sanjay Roy, accused of raping the 31-year-old PGT doctor of RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, has been found guilty by Kolkata Shialda Court. The quantum of the punishment will be pronounced on Monday, and Sanjay today was presented before the court, and in front of the Judge Anirban Das, he read out the sections under which Sanjay was found guilty, which are sections which are section 64 of rape, section 66 of assaulting the victim during the attack to such an extent that the victim died during the course of action, and 1031 of the BNSS, and Sanjay Roy has been found by Anirban Das. Now the quantum of the punishment will be pronounced on Monday. Having said that, they are right now in front of the Shialda Civil and Criminal Court. Sanjay Roy, that is the sole accused in the RG Kar rape and murder, he was produced before the court at he was brought before the judge in front of at around 2:23 p.m. Sanjay was brought to the court from the jail at around 1 o'clock. After that, the parents of the victim were brought in, and the judge came in. After the judge had come in, judge asked the accused, that is Sanjay, to be presented before the court so that the verdict could be pronounced. Now, in the Hula Balu, what happened is there were many people inside the courtroom, and the judge mentioned that the safety and the security of the accused at the moment is of utmost importance. Therefore, asking all the journalists who were inside to clear the road for Sanjay to get in, and feeling which he would have to, kind of hold another closed door hearing once again. So Sanjay was produced before the court, and after he was produced before the court, the judge read out the sections under which he has been found guilty and said that the punishment pronounced on Monday. Now the judge has said under section 64, that is of rape, Sanjay could receive a punishment not less than 10 years of imprisonment. It could lead to life imprisonment as well. Under section 66, that is assaulting the victim during the course of the action to the death of the victim, Sanjay will be imprisoned for not less than 25 years, and he could get a death penalty or life imprisonment in this case. Now, after the verdict was delivered by Judge Anirban Das, so Sanjay said that he pleaded innocence, and he said that he is innocent and he has only been framed, and he is innocent and he has wrongly been framed. And the people who are genuinely responsible for the rape and murder of the 31-year-old doctor who was so brutally killed on the intervening night of August 8th and 9th, and he said that he wears a Rudraksh mala threaded together around his neck. So if he were to do something like that in the altercation which happened between the doctor who was present inside the room as well as Sanjay, there are chances that his Rudraksh mala broke into pieces and could have scattered. Now Sanjay mentioned that in front of the judge, and he said there are chances that the small balls, the Rudraksh balls, could have been scattered all around the room, which was not found. And he said that the evidences which were present, as well as the kind of evidences that were presented in front of the court, could in a sense, he tried to say that he has been framed. So Judge Anirban Das said that whatever charges were framed against him, the CBI or the investigating agencies have been able to prove that he is guilty, and the quantum of punishment would be delivered on Monday. So Sanjay had kind of breakdown over there, where he said that he is not guilty and he is wrongly been framed, and that there are chances that the people who are actually responsible for this could go scot-free because of this. So Sanjay said all of this in front of the judge. The judge said that because tomorrow is a Sunday, on Monday, that is the day before tomorrow, day after tomorrow, the verdict will be pronounced and the quantum of punishment would be delivered. On August 9th, a 31-year-old PGT doctor of RG Medical College and Hospital brutally raped and murdered. The Kolkata police in around 10 to 12 hours managed to arrest civic volunteer Sanjay Roy, who was later framed as the sole accused. The Central Bureau of Investigation, that is the CBI, has asked for the highest quantum of punishment for Sanjay Roy, stating that this is a case of rarest crime and that he should receive the highest quantum of punishment. That was CBI's argument before the court. Now, Sanjay today, after Judge Anirban Dash kind of gave his verdict, he said that he's innocent and he is wrongly being framed, to which the judge said that his state heard on Monday, after which the judgment for this case would be pronounced. Now, the parents of the victim were also brought to the court and the lawyers were present, and Sanjay today was presented before the court, and the judge, that is Anirban Das, she said that Sanjay found guilty under section 64, 66 and 103(1), and the verdict, the quantum of the punishment will be given on Monday.
Well, that's right. In fact, to all our viewers who are joining us this live broadcast, please understand this is a breaking development. Both myself and Titas Mukherjee were there inside the courtroom because today was the first occasion we were allowed to be there inside the courtroom. All along, it has been an in-camera proceeding. Inside the courtroom, what did we see? We saw a heartbroken father. And that's where I want to start my reporting with. I saw a father in folded hands, literally in tears, talking to in a very one-on-one personal level. And he said, I thank you, Judge. The kind of trust I had bestowed on you, you have kept my trust. He broke down by saying that. The judge was also silent because that was like a man also listening to another man, a father listening to another father. And we, all of us inside the courtroom, stood numb. It is important to understand that no judgment and no verdict can ever compensate for the loss the family is suffering with. But today, the punishment, or rather the judgment is out and the verdict is out. What is the verdict? Sanjay Roy is guilty. What is the verdict is Sanjay Roy is guilty. Remember Sanjay Roy, the sole accused, who was arrested by Kolkata police on 10th of August within 10 hours of the crime. That Sanjay Roy has been found guilty. The judge brought him, asked him to be produced before the court. He was brought in, and I have a time, can read it. Just bear with me. I do have a complete timeline. So basically, the judge, the family had come down to the court at about 1:44 p.m. 1:44 p.m. is the time when the judge had come down to the court. Thereafter, the victim had come down at 1:44 p.m. The judge came into the courtroom at 2:17 p.m. because the verdict was supposed to be given at 2:30 p.m. and onwards. And thereafter, Sanjay was brought to the courtroom at 2:23 p.m. 2 minutes to 2:25, he was brought into the court. And what was he wearing? He was wearing a grey hooded sweatshirt. And his attitude was as if he is the Don. His attitude was as if he is the boss. His attitude was that as if he has not done anything. He is doing a favor by walking inside. I don't know whether he was ashamed or not. As a human being, I was ashamed to see another human being being brought to a courtroom for having committed a crime of this kind. And then in folded hands, he said, I have not done anything, Judge. The judge said, I will listen to you on Monday. Hold on. And in a very one-on-one manner, the judge communicated the judgment. That is, Justice Anirban Dash communicated the judgment to Sanjay Roy. And the judge quickly said, the witnesses he has come across, the observations he has formed over the evidences, and basis of all those evidences, he clearly said, you are guilty. Sanjay Roy has been pronounced guilty by the court. The moment it was told to him, he tried reacting, and then Sanjay tried interrupting and tried suggesting something. The judge said, hold on, I'm not done as yet. And then the judge said, wait, I need to explain to you the punishments that you are liable for. under section 64 of BNS 2023. Sanjay Roy is for 10 years of imprisonment, could also be a maximum of life imprisonment. For section 66, for the sexual assault and murder, he is liable for maximum is life imprisonment along with death sentence, and that's exactly what the judge said. And finally, for section 1, subsection 1, which is throttling of your of a voice and smothering, you are liable for death sentence. That was the moment when Sanjay tried interrupting, and Sanjay said, hold on, I need to say something. The judge said, I would listen to you on Monday, but today, nothing. On Monday, I will let you know what punishment you will get. And then the judge carefully added, yes, you will get punishment. The quantum of punishment would be given on Monday. So basically, the judge has made it very, very clear. Very, very clear. No matter who comes out of this courtroom and shouts that I'm innocent, no matter who support to Sanjay Roy, the judge, with all his legal wisdom and going through the evidences, have found him guilty. He is guilty. And relying on all the evidences that CBI had put forth before the judge has no iota of doubt. Yes, having said that, the judge said we are not making the judgment public today. The judgment should be made public on Monday, not before that. And the judge also said that he has made certain observation on the role of the medical authorities, that is the hospital authorities, and also police. He did say that. He has formed certain opinion because of certain actions being perpetrated by, or actions being taken by the police and the authorities, to which the judge said he has only accumulated some amount of confusion that would also find a mention in the judgment. So first thing first, Sanjay Roy is guilty. Sanjay Roy is guilty. Remember, after he had shouted that he is not guilty, that he is innocent, there was a battery of doctors who had also in a way lent their support and said if he is saying so, it should better be investigated. They were legal luminaries belonging to political party had said अगर संजय ने बोला है तो सच भी हो सकता है. Judge ने कहा है with his legal wisdom नहीं वो सच नहीं है because he is guilty. The quantum of punishment would on Monday. You know, if you see I'm agitated because I've just seen a father heartbroken and absolutely, like literally broken in tears, in folded hands, literally like this, in folded hands, telling the judge, আপনার উপর যে ভরসা রেখেছিলাম, যে বিশ্বাস রেখেছিলাম, তার পূর্ণ মর্যাদা আপনি দিন, আমার আর কিছু বলার নাই. And then he broke down. Enough of all the misinformation. Enough of this misinformation we have seen in the past 5 months. Not anymore. It's equally important to say what Sanjay had said. I was absolutely flabbergasted seeing Sanjay's attitude. I was absolutely flabbergasted. You know, Sanjay, after the verdict was given, Sanjay pointing towards the judge and folded hands, he said, Judge, I'm wearing a Rudraksh. আমি একটা রুদ্রাক্ষের মালা পরে আছি. I'm wearing a Rudraksh ka mala, and if I had cut crime inside the seminar room, that Rudraksh mala would have fallen off. Can you imagine this coming on the day the verdict has been pronounced? On the day the verdict has been pronounced, why didn't he say that in his defense all this while? Why didn't he say this all this while? There had been hearing and trial going on for 66 days. And after 66 days of trial, on the day the verdict is being given, and given the fact it's not an in-camera, it's an open verdict, knowing very well that media people will be there inside, Sanjay said, আমি রুদ্রাক্ষের মালা পরে আছি. The judge said, nothing, I will not listen to you now. Just get down. I will listen to you on Monday, not today. And then he was literally taken off the witness box and taken out. When police held him, Titas, come this side. So me and Titas were all there. So when police held his hand like this, Sanjay snapped at police. His eyes were popping out. Today was the first time I saw Sanjay inside the courtroom. And I'm just trying to be as graphic as possible because my blood is boiling. Without any prejudice, I do this reporting, but I'm boiling seeing his attitude. At the time when the judge has pronounced him guilty, he snapped like this at police and said, আপনি আমার হাত ধরে টানবেন না, আপনি আমার সঙ্গে এরকম ভাবে কথা বলবেন না. I was like, what? Is that his attitude? And that's how he was being taken out. Trust to me, the way he walked in, as if he's some dude, he would be given some gallantry award for his achievement. I mean, this was shocking. This body language of Sanjay was shocking. I mean, Titas, we have been covering this from day one. We have seen when Sanjay went for his medical examination, his body language was different. Only after he got a defense lawyer assigned for trial, we see the body language change. Once we saw him, while being taken out from the courtroom, shout that "Ami kichu korini, I'm not guilty." And today, how do you see his attitude today?
You know, it kind of just boils my blood because when he walked into the courtroom, I could just feel it. Like there was this sense of rage that was working inside me. And it comes from a very personal point of view because to even think that a person or a woman who was sorry, who was brutalized and raped while she was at work and she was unarmed and she was sleeping, a man who committed something so brutal, so heinous, he had a voice for himself. He was being able to shout before the court and say that he is not guilty. And I'm sorry, I do not buy this because all evidences that have been found only corroborates to his. All evidences that have been found only say that Sanjay is the sole accused in this case. And Sanjay today blatantly he said that he is not guilty. He has been framed, and he said that I wear a Rudraksh mala, and had I done something, the Rudraksh mala would have fallen. It would have scattered all around the room. Did the police find anything like that? So I think this is absolutely, in the absence of something better coming to my knowledge, absolutely disgusting.
I mean, I'm sorry, but whoever has tutored Sanjay, I'm sorry, in lack of a better word, I would call you nothing short of lack of buddhi. I see word idiot for civility, but whoever has tutored Sanjay at this juncture, I mean, you have to be a little convincing, boss. You have to be a little convincing. After 162 days, you have the guts to say this, that আমি কিছু করিনি, আমার গলায় রুদ্রা আছে, ভগবান ভিতরে থাকলে you wouldn't have done this. I mean, he's saying this to the judge, and that's your argument, boss? It annoys me. He said this to the judge after 66 days of, which means somebody has tutored him, which means knowing very well that all evidences are looking at him, pointing towards him, and this matter has to be dragged a little longer so that he can not be punished, and there could be more sensation and hysteria created over this very tragic incident. আমি রুদ্রাক্ষের মালা পরে আছি.
And he had no remorse in his body
He had
language.
no
When
remorse.
He walked in, it was almost as if he's going there to collect some award. He's going to
He
be
had
awarded
no
and lauded
remorse.
for what he has done. There was absolutely no remorse. He was standing there. There was no sense of regret on his face when the judge, kind of delivering the verdict and kind of telling him that this is the kind of punishment he would get. That is the only time he reacted. Before that, he was just standing there like a stud, as if nothing has gone wrong.
We will try and do a detailed live in the evening for your better consumption with all graphics and what kind of communication transpired. In fact, Titas, just hold this phone better. So basically, I was taking down all the points. So the judge, when the judge, Justice Anirban Das, when he came in to the courtroom, it was about 2:17 in the afternoon, and he said if the accused couldn't be produced because there was a lot of curiosity, people were there, judges were, lawyers were there, and he said, if there is any difficulty he being brought to the courtroom, then we have to clear the court, and that's the first thing he said. And he said the accused has to be produced and has to be brought right in front of him, has to be brought on the witness box. Similarly, abiding by the judge's statement, he was brought to the courtroom at about 2:23 p.m. and then the judge told Sanjay, the allegation against you is, and I'm literally quoting him, The allegation against you is you have raped an on-duty doctor on August 9, the intervening night of August 8 and 9. You were there, and because of your assault, she had died. You have also sexually assaulted her. You have been charged under section 64, 66 and 103, subsection 1 of BNS 2023, and you have been found guilty. The punishment under section 64 will not be less than 10 years or life imprisonment. For section 66, you may be given sentence of life imprisonment. Similarly, for section 103, subsection 1, you are entitled for death sentence and life imprisonment. I mean, this is what the judge said. And as I said, I would end up the live once again. While we were leaving, I pushed Titas out because we had to be here on the live broadcast, keeping the timeliness of the live broadcast. And I was there, and I literally wanted to see as what transpires now. I saw a judge who was equally affected. As a journalist, I was affected. As my fellow journalist, Tash was affected. Ronnie, all my colleagues, and I'm sure each and every one that you see here, or the people who have assembled there outside Shialda Court, they are all affected. We all have daughters at our place. We have mothers, we have sisters, we have some women in our life, and to have to realize a woman as young as 31 years old had to endure so much of pain, died without putting up a proper fight in her defense when she was absolutely numb, sleeping, to have to go through such a physical torture, to have been brutalized, it kind of self within us. And having covered this case from day one, I know what I'm going through now. Trust to me, nobody can say it's a sense of vindication. Whoever believed that Sanjay is guilty, nobody can have a sense of vindication today. I won't have, CBI can't have, police can't have. Whoever believed that Sanjay is guilty cannot have a sensation, because deep down inside we know that doctor won't come back. Deep down inside us, we know the doctor was wronged, violated, brutalized and killed. And that's the reason there is no sense of joy. There is sense of anger. And having seen Sanjay today inside the courtroom, my anger multiplied. And I promise, if I thought I would just move out of this story for some time and focus on other issues, I will not, till there is a final closure to this case. Let's see how far he goes. Sanjay would be taken out, and to be very honest, I don't even get close to him. Let him say whatever he wants to say. Let him prove his innocence before the court before he gives out any statement before media. Enough. He would say something and there are a bunch of people who would start dancing on that. You never know, some could be mourning now, hearing this judgment. So basically at that very moment, a crestfallen father in folded hands, literally in tears, tell the judge, আপনার উপর যা ভরসা রেখেছিলাম তা পূর্ণ মর্যাদা দিয়েছেন. This trust we had bestowed on you, you have given full respect to that. And he broke down. When he broke down, the mother was trying to comfort him. And the mother was not going through any less pain inside. I can't begin to imagine somebody had the guts to say, I am wearing Rudraksh. You have insulted Rudraksh if you have done what you have done by wearing Rudraksh. He will be brought out, and you will see as, when the judgment is being uploaded, not really today. It's a voluminous document, 160 pages of voluminous document. The judgment would be uploaded probably on Monday, and Monday when the quantum of punishment would be given, it will be once again communicated to Sanjay, and he would be heard once again in his defense. You know what happened? Sanjay was so agitated, his own counsel told Sanjay, Sanjay, calm down, Sanjay, calm down, Sanjay, calm down. At least thrice she said that. Sanjay, calm down, Sanjay, calm down, Sanjay, calm down. Chup karo, kichu bolo na, chup karo. इतना हिम्मत कहां से आता है बॉस? There is a huge crowd which has assembled here, and people who have been waiting to know as what is the fate of Arjikar case know it. Sanjay Roy has been found guilty. Sanjay Roy has been found guilty, and he is the sole person who is found guilty for the act of crime, which is rape and murder. He was arrested by Kolkata police, later handed over to CBI. All those people who had been, propagating the theory of 150 grams, they should come out in public and apologize today for trivializing such a sensitive matter. All those people who had floated one misinformation after the other, seminar room broken, this happened, that happened, evidence is destroyed. What not? Sanjay cannot do this crime alone. All these people should come out today and apologize. Apologize to the judiciary, apologize to the common people. Because common people only trusted what they saw on TV. And certain media houses must also apologize. Must apologize. For TRP, they had pushed such a sensitive matter to a point where I will not want to take myself to, or NTT, News the Truth too. We will come back on live in the evening, but for now, we are winding up. Myself, Titas, we have been following this story from day one, and as I said, not a sense of vindication for us. And trust you me, she walked out of the frame, and right behind Ronnie, she was wiping out her tears. I know what she is going through as a woman. And it's not about a man or a woman. It's about human beings. We have tried putting out the news and information without any prejudice and without any fear. When people were celebrating fake news, we have tried putting out what is truth. Doesn't matter how much views we got. We were not running after views. We were actually running after the truth. Because nothing can bring that doctor back to life. The least we can do is give her justice, relying fundamentally on the principles of truth. We'll come back on live in the evening once again. For all those who have joined us, thank you so much. As I said, we will keep our focus on this case till the very end. Let me see how far his Rudraksh alibi takes him. For now, on behalf of Titas Mukherjee, Ronnie Shatra, Orko Shah, Tamal Shah, signing off from outside the courtroom here in Shalda. But this is not the closure. This is not the final sign-off from this story. Thank you so much for watching this live broadcast. We'll come back live very soon.